Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Chef Joseph, the entrepreneur with or for the Chef Joseph's Kick Sauce for Entrepreneurs channel. Glad you could be back. Like and subscribe to the channel. Though I don't do this for likes and subscribes, I do it because it's reality. Something I want to talk to y'all about something today that is I don't know. I don't have a word for this one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the word for this one, but I'm just going to deliver it to you the best way that I have it. I came as an entrepreneur. I'm on the go a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of you are. And you're in and out of pockets trying to make things happen. So you stick and move as far as your business life, your career, whatever you have going on. But it hit me today. Everywhere I turn, there's Christmas music. Christmas music, Christmas music. Go to the job, Christmas music. Go to a building, Christmas music. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Thanksgiving's not even here yet. There's a bigger answer for that one, but yeah. Um, but when I heard all this Christmas music, I mean, it's like, to me at this stage in the game, it's very annoying. I don't celebrate holidays actually. Um, I'll just tell people, do your research. Oh, chef, I mean, you was a kid, you put up a Christmas tree. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. This is no knock to any one of those of you who celebrate holidays. But what I'm trying to get y'all to see, and this is just my life path, this has nothing to do with you. Just know that. When I came up out of my slumber, there were things that I had to face in my life. Again, as an entrepreneur, coming from homelessness, just fighting different battles in my personal life. And one of the main takeaways that I took away from my experience was that if I wanted to be truly free, I had to look and face things head on as they came. I couldn't lie to myself anymore. Couldn't lie to others. Because how are you going to be real if you can't be honest with yourself? One thing about honesty, when you decide or a person decides to become honest and to walk into their true self, you can't lie. I mean, you can, but it's going to be a total contradiction of your whole genetic makeup. It's going to be a whole, yeah, everything. You basically going against the grain when you're trying to become free, to become your best self. You can't live in a lie. You don't care about what it looks like. You don't care what it sounds like. Either it's the truth or it's a lie, period. And so, of course, when I've done my research, I realized there's certain things that I have been doing, I speak for me, that are not the truth. I don't care how good it sounds, I don't care how good it looks, but is it the truth? But I'm not here to talk about that today. I'm actually here to talk to you about the holiday seasons are here. Don't get depressed. The holiday seasons are here. Do not get depressed. As an only child, I had a really good childhood actually, and holidays and all that kind of stuff, and I know that those were some beautiful times. And as I started getting older, I started realizing that when I walked into my true self, you know, walking into my calling, things like that. A lot of times, those of you who do that, who dare to do that, because it definitely is it's definitely a spiritual experience, because you break away from false teachings, you break away from holidays. No, nothing against people who celebrate them, but you break away from anything that's not true. Seriously. So take the element of the holiday out. I'm just talking about truth or false. That's what I'm speaking about. Which, in my opinion, in today's society, this is why we're in trouble now, because everybody goes along to get along in relationships, things like that. But the bottom line is, are you truly happy? Are you truly walking in your total truth? I'm not talking about a mask or something fabricated. I'm talking about walking in the truth. Yeah, that's a real question. Because once you stand in truth, you realize you can't go back to a lie. That means anything. But I want to talk to y'all about trying to stay out of the realm of depression for this holiday season, or any holiday season, because the way the commercials and everything go, they push, oh, you need this, you need to have a family, you need to, whatever, how they, things that they push, so that people can spend money and jingle bells and all this kind of stuff. But to those of you who may not have it like that, don't find yourself getting in a depressed state. I know it's pretty tough to absorb that, because, well, how can I do that if I have no money, if I don't have a car, I don't have this, I don't have that, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no family. Newsflash. I actually, mm, I'll leave that one alone. It's nothing bad. It was just something I was going to say, and I decided not to say it. But there was a time when I had no one in my life, no family, immediate family that was. You know what I did? And it was actually a pretty good time. I volunteered at the homeless shelters. Well, before the volunteering, I went to a homeless shelter and ate. And yes, they fed turkey and gravy and all that kind of stuff, you know. But it was definitely different, because you're around a lot of different people. And it wasn't necessarily my immediate family, but it was people who sat together at a table as family during this particular or that particular holiday season. Um, yeah, I'm actually a recluse, believe it or not. Um, I don't I don't function well in crowds. I never have. Because I'm an empath, I pick up energy and all that kind of stuff as well. Vibrational pitches, vibrational matches. You know, you will rarely find me in crowded situations. Yeah, and if I'm there, it's not going to be long. Because one, I vibrate at a certain frequency. Two, I'm a creator. Three, I'm creating things with my work, things like that. So, I have to be careful of who I'm around. I won't be sitting there watching football with guys talking about worldly things. You know what I'm saying? I like to take that time and use it to build, to create, to prepare for the next generation, things like that. But no shade to those of you who do that. But if you find yourself alone this holiday season, I'm going to put two things on the table, right, that you may want to consider. If you have no family and you absolutely feel like that you need to be around someone or people, go to a homeless shelter. Find out when the Thanksgiving dinners are, find out when the Christmas dinners are, and have some fellowship with people. Surround yourself with people if that's what you need. Believe it or not, I'm a Capricorn, pretty high level thinker. Not saying I'm the best. Let's get that straight. But I'm a thinker. I'm a builder, master builder, creating things, stuff like that. I find my time being alone is probably one of the best things that I actually love. You know, that doesn't mean I desire to be, by myself all the time, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the world that we live in is so full of BS that I can't be around anything fake. Personally, I can't celebrate fakeness, celebrate anything that's fake. I'll say it that way. Can't do it because it goes against who I am as a man. It goes against my whole belief system. And I don't celebrate or do things that are not true. I speak truth, you know. And but to those, the second thing on the table I want to share with you is that if you feel like if you're alone, if you're like me, you enjoy your alone time. You know what I'm saying? You love the time that you spend with yourself to get to know you. Go to the beach, go to the mountains, go somewhere where you can find peace. And that's for those of you who desire not to be around the crowd, such as myself. A lot of people will have a lot of negative or a lot of energy. Not just saying it's all negative, but there's a lot of different energies that are out there that can pull or drain your battery. And coming into this holiday season, like the Christmas music, for some reason, it's just louder than normal. And I'm like, what is going on? Well, I know what's going on, a part of a lot of that conversation. But to those who lack that type of understanding and they lack that understanding and they lack that overstanding, then it could be a tough battle because it can create a sense of loneliness. Well, everybody's going Christmas shopping, da 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 da. I have no money, and oh, woe is me. And the next thing you know, what I'm saying? The depression sets in. And so be mindful of that. But to those of you who desire to take that time to be alone, to spend time with yourself, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Take that time to spend it alone. Take that time to recharge. Take that time to rebuild. Take that time to pray. Take that time to meditate. Take that time to think about the new year that's on the horizon. What are you going to do? It's an exciting time. And document these things. Create a vision board, you know what I'm saying, of where you want to go in life. So those are two things that you can actually do, in this holiday season, depending on what type of nature of a person that you are. You know what I'm saying? If your nature is to be around crowds, then hey, go find a party if that's what you need. But to those of you who are empaths and builders and care about the future and, you want generations to succeed, that's going to take a certain level of brain power. It's going to take a certain level of separation. Me, I don't, I'm cool being alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm an only child, so I know what it's like to play in the sandbox by myself. But right now, I've been spending a lot of time writing. That's why I didn't put up a video in the last couple of days. But actually, my book is actually finished, and I'm on. I'm moving into that, and it's terrible. It's terrible. It is, yo. It's a very exciting journey because I never knew that my life would unfold the way it unfolded, and I suggest you do the same thing. So basically, I'm saying that to say is that I use my time to influence. I'll use that time to change lives. See what I'm saying? You know, I'm taking that time to recharge my battery. I even started growing my little beard. You know what I'm saying? Just see what it looked like. That type of thing. But just, and because I love me. And then I want you to love you too. Love who you are. Michael Jackson said it. I believe in me, so you believe in you. You know what I'm saying? So help me save. I'm saying, I'm saying, I'm a so y'all get the rest. But yeah, I believe in me, so you believe in you, and I believe in you. You know, But whatever you do, don't find yourself like, if you find yourself alone and you know that you need connectivity, if this is something that you feel that you need for this holiday season or any holiday season, surround yourself, go to a shelter, go to a church service if that's what those of you like to do. But surround yourself with people so you don't find yourself in a depressed state. See what I'm saying? Surround yourself with people so you don't find yourself in that particular state. But to those of you, here we go. Let me say it again. But to those of you, one more time for the people, to those of you, that feel like that, hey, the crowd is not for you, then take some time and be alone. Be alone, and it's okay to be alone, to love yourself, to find your space where you need to be, and also create a business. That's another thing. We'll talk about the business stuff later, because you see there's a lot going on in the economy and all that kind of stuff. And how can you start anything if you're lacking finances? Well, there are answers to that on a smaller scale as well of where you can start, because it's definitely a challenge now. But anyway, thanks for visiting and stopping into the channel. Thanks to the new subscribers who did subscribe. Thank y'all very much. Thank you for the likes that you all do, that you sent on the other videos. I am an entrepreneur. I had to become one, and the book will tell you all about that. Oh my gosh. And we will have I got some stuff going on. I can't say, but I'm excited. I'm very excited, what I'm saying, about where this life's journey has taken me. But this is not about me. This is about you. And this is about that if you find yourself alone in this holiday season, what I'm saying, and you need that connectivity, then find you a church, find you a shelter, any type of groups and different things like that that you can go to so you won't find yourself alone. But to those of you, such as myself, that can appreciate that alone, that downtime, to rest your brain, to rest mentally, take that time to just unplug, what I'm saying, to unplug from the matrix, I'll say it that way, and take that time to strategize. That's what I particularly do. I'm a strategist, and I love it. There's a lot of things I like to do. People say, "Well, Chef, what do you like to do on your off time?" Well, I definitely got hobbies. I love swimming. I swim laps, actually. I love swimming, hitting the pool. You know what I'm saying? I swim laps. I like to ride motorcycles. I like to ride horses. I like nature. I love the water. There's a lot of things that I like to do, and that is what I like to do for my downtime, And I appreciate those moments as well, what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Do not let depression set in this holiday season. Do not let depression set in this holiday season. And again, be encouraged by this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna talk to you about things that entrepreneurs do and go through on a day-to-day basis. Because we're the season now that we have to create something. So we'll talk about all that later. But glad y'all watching the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm an authentic dude. I'm authentic. I'm about purpose. I definitely live a purpose-driven life. And so should you. Okay? Have a wonderful day. I got some things I got to do. But glad y'all stopped in though, and thank y'all to the new subscribers and stuff like that, and hopefully you get something out of the content that I drop here. All right, Chef Joseph the Entrepreneur. I do consultations as well, but if you look up Chef Joseph's kick sauce, just type it in, you'll see what's going on. So glad y'all can make it today. Don't find yourself depressed in this holiday season. All right, peace.